Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. This is the podcast where we, and by we I mean me, Apo, and my co-host / co-founder Vincent, we dive into the eateries around Adelaide to tell you what is worth it. And that's it. We're not even going to say what's not worth it because we're just talking about the hits.
That's right. We go on strictly the hits.
It's the hits all day today.
Yeah. This
Vincent,
podcast has quickly delved into everything but the back catalogue of the Disney Plus streaming service. But you know what? That's okay because things grow and things change.
Yeah. Not our live viewership or our listenership.
No, that just...
But other things grow.
Yeah. That just either declines or stays the same.
That's exactly right. Now, let me just quickly... could you tell them what exactly we are doing here today? Because there's things that we're doing here today. We got categories today, Vincent. We got categories today.
Well, okay. So, what are you doing? You doing your taxes or something?
Sorry, I forgot to tell people I'm doing podcasts.
Oh, okay. The red light wasn't on.
No, I'm doing the podcast where we, you know?
Where we. Okay, so, audience, we're just going to do some of the best spots that we have experienced in Adelaide to eat. Bro, Faru, you're going to send me a message you're doing a podcast?
just so you knew, but no, I actually did send it to the people within my household. Yes, that is exactly right. We're talking about the places...
saying, I'm just doing a podcast. He thinks they're funny.
We're talking about the places that we love to go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That could have been what Vincent just said, but I
didn't say that. I didn't say that. Okay. I was just looking at the message that you sent me and thinking, man, I'm actually friends with this dude. Anyway, we're going to do 6 spots today. 6 spots. We're going to do 2 breakfast, 2 lunch, 2 dinner. 1 of each from 3 of each from both of us. And this is not like a ranking. This is not a top 6. This is just 6.
It's so just 6, man.
I've got like 25 spots here. So I'm sure we'll be back here at some point in the future talking about more spots.
You ran through your breakfast spots and I was thinking, man, I didn't even know that many breakfast spots existed. So I can only imagine what your lunch and dinner spots also look like.
Well,
although you seem like a man... Yeah, I was going to say, you seem like a man that doesn't go out past 7 p.m.
Dude, even like 10 a.m. I don't go out, you know?
You do them early brunches, then you go back home.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's fair enough, man. You got to live by, whatever code you live by. But, Vincent, I want to hear what your top Adelaide spot is. And maybe even give me some suggestions on what I should be getting when I go there.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I want to hear. I'm excited.
Okay, so for my breakfast spot, one of my top breakfast spots in Adelaide is Harvest Mylor in Mylor, which is a village in the Adelaide Hills. That's what it says on Google. And
they got a sort of jams, hey?
I don't know if they got a sort of jams. What do you mean jams?
They don't do jams in Mylor? Well, they do the sourdough bread that you like.
They do the sourdough bread, yeah.
Right. That you put the jam on.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my wires there was some fraying of wires and then wires crossed. But anyway, you go on. Tell me about Mylor, because I have no idea.
This place, I mean, the town is basically one street. Classic Adelaide Hills town. It's not even really a main street. It's just got a few shops, general store. There's like an oval. That's about it. But Harvest Mylor is essentially, it's a little cafe, a lot of outdoor seating.
Yes, sir.
It is a really nice place to just sit out and just enjoy a little cafe, a little breakfast. I mean, I don't drink coffee. I just get, oat milk, hot chocolates. That's what I'm about strictly. But
which Vincent will go into a meeting, like I'm talking about a serious meeting, like he'll be making money off of this, and he'll go in there and they'll be like, "Oh, would you like a coffee?" And he'll be like, "Oh, could I get a milkshake, thank you, with extra sprinkles on top?" And they're just like, "We got to give this man the contract."
You only with cream?
He doesn't care what other people think. We got to give him the contract. Because really, if you're a Jeff Bezos type, when you're done, putting people into slave labor, you will go to a cafe and you'll get a milkshake in front of like a meeting with all these execs. Because who's going to tell Jeff Bezos otherwise?
That's exactly right.
He's Jeff Bezos, right?
That's my theory.
Well, I think that's a theory that works. But I want to know, because, I've never been to the this Mylor specifics joint. So tell me what you need to be getting from that spot.
Okay, so what I normally get is I get the 2 poached eggs on sourdough with some of the best bacon I've ever had. I'm not really a bacon and eggs man, but the bacon that they advertise there is some sort of wood smoked Barossa twice baked ham bacon. It's you need a degree just to pronounce all the words before the word bacon. But this bacon is insane.
That sort of bacon is the bacon in which the pig is like, just, you know what, you need to eat me. Like, we're not fighting about this. Someone needs to enjoy this succulent bacon, and I'm allowing it to happen, because there's no other way that you get as juicy a bacon as what I'm hearing right there and there.
It is honestly probably the best bacon I've ever had. And you put that with a couple of poached eggs. The sourdough is fantastic. Sometimes put a little bit of fennel, bit of garnish, a little bit of olive oil.
Man,
it hits.
Just quickly, while we're here on the topic of breakfast eats, poached eggs is the most optimal form of egg.
You reckon?
I think there's no other. I mean, look, if we're talking about ease of eating, scrambled eggs, because scrambled eggs.
I was about to say, yes. See, they don't do scrambled eggs. It's not as messy. They don't do scrambled eggs, which I would normally get scrambled eggs.
Yeah, see, scrambled eggs, unless it's your mum's scrambled eggs, because your mum made some good scrambled eggs. But otherwise, scrambled eggs, a lot of the time, they're flavourless to me. And from my understanding, I didn't have the Rona last time I had scrambled eggs. So, I was tasting things. Whereas a poached egg, not only is, obviously, I'm a man that enjoys the yolk, the runny yolk, and you'll get that in a poached egg, but the texture of a poached egg is what makes it even better. Yeah. And also visually, that looks nice on top.
It does look good.
Looks like a little scoop of ice cream, It's beautiful.
Yeah. And the other thing you can get is French toast. With the sourdough, mate. They're the 2 things you got to get. Absolutely. Dude, and they do a good oatmeal hot chocolate.
I've never had a French. I was going to say a French milk. I've never had a French toast that I've actually enjoyed.
Really?
Yeah, but I've only tried French toast once, so it's on me. But I did not enjoy it.
I've never had a French toast I've enjoyed. One time.
It's not a lie though.
No, I know it's not a lie, but you can't. I've never in my entire life.
It was quite honestly the worst piece of French toast I ever had. And then I was like, man, I just need to get something else. So I got some eggs, and they were even worse.
So when your eggs come out, obviously the place you went to was not the best.
Oh, it was bad. The place is now shut down. The only reason I went there was because it was busy, and we had to just go where we could go. But that sounds fantastic. And Vincent, another thing that is really important is you got to go out to these little towns and support them as well.
I mean, it's a nice drive up there. It's a really nice drive up in the hills.
But you'll be finding other wonders and things that you enjoy in that space. You'll go to these places, you'll find like a specialty store, and you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't even know this sort of store existed. Let me go in there.
Yeah, they do actually have a little homeware type shop in the place. They also do pastries there. I think some of the pastries they do themselves. They're good. They do good stuff there. And it's such a nice place to see. Would you be buying like
candles? You'd be buying like candles in Mylor?
To be honest, I haven't really perused the wares that they have on offer.
Yeah.
But I know that they got something there. They're selling something.
And like a place like Mylor, they're wearing, they're wearing ye old clothing as well, aren't they? Like I can't think of.
What do you think this is? You think we're going to Renaissance fairs? Bro, it's like 15 minutes out of the CBD. It's not that far away.
Dude, yeah. Well, look, but like you hear a word Mylor, you're thinking trumpets. You're thinking folks in like bonnets and whatnot.
You're thinking that someone comes through the town and they announce them like it's an event. We've got a visitor.
Right. Now, I shouldn't like ramble like this because Vincent specifically said we're in and we're out today. We're not messing around here. I'm not fumbling words.
You just got the long form talk on Harvest Mylor and Mylor in general.
So
Anyway,
Vincent, I'm going to get
tell
into
me your
my
breakfast
breakfast spot. Now, this is actually something that we've tried on the back catalogue. And by the back catalogue, I mean the YouTube of the back catalogue. And this is the Flying Fig
Oh, yes.
on Jeffcott Street.
Have you been
Now,
there
when
specifically for breakfast?
I've been there specifically for breakfast. Now,
I have.
I went there specifically for breakfast, and as you will see on the video that we posted, we got a bagel.
Links there or somewhere.
It's going to pop up. We got a bagel while we were there, which is amazing. You go there, you get the bagels, you get the lox, because this is a Jewish bakery that focuses heavily on foods that are popular within Jewish America, is what I would say. It's not foods that are, because bagels, they haven't really hit. They hadn't hit here until maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I would say. Probably, I'm probably wrong.
Bagels are low key one of the best things you can have for breakfast.
They are, and they should be more well known within this happy state that we live in. But I don't think they are.
Well, there have been. I mean, we went to Frankly Bagels.
Yeah, we did.
There have been some bagels. There's a place in the city which I won't talk about today, but there's a place that does good bagels.
And that's the thing though, a good bagel is hard to come by. I mean, you've named 3 just off the bat, but a good bagel is hard to come by, and you'll get a good bagel at the Flying Fig. But let me tell you, even though it's not necessarily breakfast as such, but you can have it for breakfast, because we did have it for breakfast that day. We went and we got the Reuben. We got the Reuben while we were there.
That was a big fella.
One, it was a big fella, and one thing about me, everything on this list is going to be big, but the Reuben was probably one of the greatest things I've ever tasted. Like, if we did top 5 Dead or Alive meal experiences, that Reuben was up there. Oh, 100%.
Wow.
That was insane.
Are you talking about this? This is a breakfast thing. You're going to eat this for breakfast?
I mean, I would. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's that good. I'm saying the quality of their food is that good that I will stay, I will eat that for breakfast. And you can.
What if
they will allow you to do that?
Specific, yeah, okay. They're not going to tell you, no, you can't order this thing that we make specifically at all hours of the day that we're open.
No, when I was there, I had the bagel. I might have to peruse their menu again, but we had the bagel.
Yeah.
We also had, let me just view their menu very, very quickly.
I
had something that I really enjoyed.
I had these potato things. They've got some specific name.
100%. That's what I had as well. Let me find these.
Yeah, and they're good.
They were good, right? Was it the where is it? It wasn't the Latka.
The Latka, that's the one.
It was?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, the Latka.
Their shakshuka is good as well. I'm pretty sure that's like the thing in the... like they put it in that little bowl and it's oven baked. It's like oven baked eggs and whatnot. But anyway, I know I'm really saying it about the Reuben, but their bagel and also their desserts. Have you had their desserts?
No, I only had that little biscuit thing that we tried.
Which was very tasty.
Yeah.
But when we went there for breakfast, we got a cheesecake, we got some brownies, and I was sitting there afterwards and I was in heaven.
You went all out.
Because it's times in which you may only get one or two experiences outside of your home without
that's true.
the cloud that is chasing you down. So we had to go all out. If we're going in, we're going in. But if you are in Adelaide, if you are in South Australia, you got to get down to the Flying Fig, and just get your bagel on, but also get that Reuben.
Dude, they did. I remember the other thing that I had there was the bagel with cream cheese, and I think it was peach jam, some sort of homemade jam. It was amazing.
Man.
Amazing.
Dude, and we're fans of jams on this podcast.
Absolutely.
If we ever become famous, if someone just wants to, send jams to the PO box, like, we'll be happy.
Oh, 100%.
You know how people like be sending stuff to people that they enjoy their content, so they're like, oh, this is a card I made for you. So, that's beautiful. But if there's jams attached to it, that's 100% us. Anyway, Vincent, let's get into lunch. So I'm not doing like long forms on Flying Fig and Mylor.
Let's get into lunch. All right. So a lunch spot. This is a good one for if you're in the city, CBD eats, and this is also cheap eat.
It's cheap eats.
We're talking Katsumoto in I think it's in Gaze Arcade, but it's in Adelaide Arcade, and just off that, you got to do like turning. You know,
Now for people who
crow flies.
For people who aren't aware, that is within the mall that is Rundle. That is within Rundle Mall.
That is in Rundle Mall. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. It is
That's
a
wild.
Japanese lunch spot. I'm pretty sure it's only open for lunch. And I mean, the two things that I've got there, I've only ever got two things from there. Actually, I've got three, but the two best things you can get from there is there's teriyaki don set, I think, which is basically rice, teriyaki chicken, bit of shredded egg, and some seaweed.
Oh my goodness!
And it's unbelievable. And it's like $14 or something, and you're full for the day. You'd be lucky to have dinner.
No, yeah, that's absolutely correct.
And then the other thing they do there is they do great ramen. They do great ramen.
Ramen, another thing. Culturally, people think of ramen as being a dish that we should have at night as a dinner thing. In Australia, I would say. But, in Japan, they're doing that. They're doing that as a quick lunch before they get out back to work. Or they're doing that as a quick lunch, while they're doing things around town. Because ramen, one, is a delectable meal, but also it can be just a nice heart warmer to get you going, just in the middle of the day to keep you up.
Pretty sure I've only ever had it for lunch.
That's not true. We've been for ramen. We went to Addis Ababa together.
That actually might be the only time I've ever had ramen for dinner.
Yeah, I've had it a couple times for dinner, but but it is well and truly amazing as a lunch meal. Underrated as a lunch meal within the western side of the world.
Yeah, and they give you this big spoon. No, it's good ramen, and it's good. You got to get I'm pretty sure it's the teriyaki don set. I mean, we got, you got the menu.
You got the menu.
I don't have the menu, but I got the loyalty card. Like shout out all the low customers. What I got? Two more left, and then I get a free set.
You get a free set.
As in, I get a free teriyaki set. Yeah, they got loyalty there, bro. So technically, you pay $15 10 times. That's $150, but you actually get a free one. So you're only paying $135 roughly.
That's 100%. And also, do they have any wild drinks there as well?
They do have some wild drinks. I don't ever get drinks when I'm having lunch or even dinner really. So, but if there are some wild ones, normally I might try them. But I haven't had. Oh no, I have had one. They got aloe vera drinks and that kind of stuff.
So you're telling me you go out to dinner, you'll be like, I'll just have the tap water.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's disrespectful to the customer that's sitting next to you and the chef.
I don't normally enjoy a drink when I'm having dinner. I want to eat the food.
You're the wildest man I've ever met.
The only thing is when I have burgers, I have to have a shake. You got to have a shake with the
that washes it all down. The globules of fat from the shake grab the globules of fat from the burger. They wash it down.
Yeah, and that's just 100% the opposite of health.
And health is wealth, so make sure you get your money up. You know what I mean? But Vincent, that sounds amazing. And again, I'm glad that you give me stuff that I've never been to because I want to go and try that.
Problem is, you're never in the city.
Why would I go there? There's nothing for me there.
There's nothing for
other
you.
than these two spots that you've just talked about, even though one's in Mylor. But here we go, because I'm going to give you my lunch spot, which is one for the western siders,
Yeah,
one for
west
those
side.
in the western suburbs. This is within Henley Square, or just off of it. This is Hermanos Cubanos.
You can't tell me that's not the most top tier name.
It is. I mean, they out of all the names that could have, I mean, Flying Fig is pretty good.
Flying Fig
all I'm
is
thinking
good.
of is just people throwing figs at people. But
No, you're
Hermanos
thinking
Cubanos,
you're in the restaurant and there's just figs flying, and you're just trying to you're eating your latkes and you're like ducking and weaving.
Yeah, and is that a play on words? Because the fly, I'll do this when pigs fly, but obviously in a Jewish space they won't be eating bacon and pork products. So is that a play on words?
I mean, it could be, or you could be just reading way too much.
I could be reading.
The
I could be in the
curtains are blue.
Matrix.
You're doing those things.
Was I meant to be an English teacher?
But I guess you take whatever meaning you want out of it, and I don't think
that's life, isn't it, man?
That's life.
That's life. Now, Hermanos Cubanos is good, and I'll give you a reason why. Now, as I said before, I'm a man that likes excess when it comes to food. I like to just eat till I'm ready to burst. And Hermanos Cubanos will do that to you. But the thing is, you only have to buy one thing from there.
What cuisine is it?
It's Cuban food. It's Cuban sandwiches.
Cubanos. Okay.
Right?
Cuban sandwiches. That's wild.
Right. But that's the premise of it. But the idea is that they're adding other flavors to it. Like, so I've got the thing here. We've got the hermano, which is mojo chicken, avocado salsa, Swiss cheese, and chipotle adobo mayo. That's in a grill press sandwich. We've got the cubano, mojo pork, leg ham, Swiss cheese, dill gherkins, and mustard. And then we got things like, the Italiano, which is like things that you like,
That's
right?
like my home,
And then they also,
that.
last time I went there, and on this menu, they also have hot dogs. Here's the thing: the first time we went there, my partner and I were like, we can eat, so we'll get a cubano each, we'll get a sandwich each, I'll get a hot dog, we'll get a whole thing of fries. We finished the Cuban sandwich and we were like, we messed up here. And the unfortunate thing is, I'm not a man to leave good food.
No, that's
let
right.
good food go to waste.
You were there. I can imagine you went there at 12:30 in the afternoon. You're leaving at like 12:30 at night because you're like, babe, I've got to finish this. I can't leave. Excuse me, sir. Can you leave the restaurant? I can't leave. I've got to finish it.
Now, this is a place where you can do sit down, but it is also a great place for grabbing and going to the beach, sitting down on the beach, with a loved one, with a friend, or by yourself, and enjoying just that sea breeze with that hot sandwich, and just sweating, but sweating in a way that you're enjoying it. You know what I mean?
See, a toasted sandwich is, in terms of my top tier foods in general, breakfast foods and toasted sandwiches are 100% in my top 5.
Well, the thing about toasted sandwiches is that's a blank canvas.
That's right.
You can do, if you're feeling like, oh man, I'm feeling quite savory today, I'm going to make myself a toasted sandwich. I'm going to add in, I'm going to add in everything. I'm going to add a chili jam to it. I'm going to add some heavy meats to it, some cheese, some really melted cheese to it. And then if you're like, you know what, I'm actually feeling something a bit more sweet, you might go in there, you just do a peanut butter on toast. Smash that together with some jam, if you will.
That's what I mean. Just anything in between two pieces of bread, and you can put whatever bread you want. You can get tip top, you can get sourdough, you can get rye.
Oh, bro, man, I had this toasted sandwich recently. Had chili jam, right? Had chili jam on it for a bit of that heat and also a bit of that sweetness.
Should we be saving this for another?
Maybe we'll save this for another thing.
All right.
Now, Vincent, before we get too carried away, I want to hear about your dinner spot.
My dinner spot.
Let me tell you, if we're talking dinner, my place is going to blow people out the water.
Right. I was going to say, because you are your dinner spots. That's where you want to go.
Yeah. Anyone wants to go to dinner spots. That's the thing. That is the thing.
Yeah. See, I think my favorite is probably breakfast, then lunch, then dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a dinner. I've got people looking at me on the outside here. Of the window. If I turn the camera, they'd be... Yeah, of course, it's people I know, but if I turn the camera, they'd be looking directly at you, the viewer and the listener,
But didn't you send them a message saying I'm
Did I say the listener and the viewer?
Yeah.
Anyway, Vincent, tell me about your dinner spot. I got like 15 minutes left. You have to just bring it into there. I was just the postman. I was just like, look, bro, you got to wait for 15 minutes.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm doing podcasts.
I'm making my money here. All right,
imagine that was the postie. He's like, excuse me, you need to sign for this package. Hey, just put it there, bro. I've got 15 minutes.
Just do
That's
one of
fame.
these.
That's fame.
What else you want?
All right, Vincent, hit me with your dinner spot.
We're back. More technical difficulties, etc. Apo's still waiting for Heads to leave his window. I'm waiting for Heads to rock up at my window. Anyway, my dinner spot is Honki Tonki.
See, you're whipping out places that I've never heard of, which is crazy.
That's wild to me because this is a place and my partner and I frequent.
You're talking about frequently.
Not now, but we went there semi-regularly, every few months I'd say we went there. It's not in the best spot because it's on Hindley Street and it's right in the thick of things.
And Hindley Street for you, that gives you like just bad
Yeah,
memories
that's right.
of
yeah.
times when you were out past 7:30.
I can't believe, I still can't believe I've done that to myself and to my mother. I'm sorry. But, I mean, yeah, this place, it's not even in like Peel Street or Lee Street. It's on Hindley Street. So it's not the best location, but you go there, you get some absolutely top tier dumplings, you get fantastic wonton soup, you get crispy pork with noodles, you get honey chicken.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the best. And it's casual, and it's got like Kung Fu Panda quotes on the wall.
Kung Fu Panda quotes.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the movies they could have chosen, you know, they had to choose Kung Fu Panda.
Dude, but Kung Fu Panda, you see some of them quotes, they're good quotes.
What is it? Like a leaf falls? I don't know. You know, I got lost. I tried to think of something, but then
That's it. A leaf falls.
I could be going into. You start saying silly things, you might find yourself in dangerous territory, is what I'm saying. So I just stopped myself before I could go there. But anyway, go on with what you're saying, because I'm excited to hear more, because Vincent is a fine lover of Asian cuisine, and it's not a cuisine that I get to enough. It is a cuisine that I enjoy, though, and you know, if I could say as many dinner spots as I could, there will be some Asian restaurants on there, but maybe not of the same caliber or cuisine as such as Vincent.
Yeah, so Honki Tonki is a kind of a fusion restaurant. It's got, I mean, the dumplings there. We have these dumplings with like a curry sauce. They got these beautiful chicken and mushroom dumplings. Man, they got all these great wontons. Honestly, you can get anything off the menu and you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. I normally get the wonton soup, and then my partner will get the noodles with the crispy pork, and then we'll share some dumplings. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And is it a place where, like, I know a man like you like to eat lightly. You don't like your belly being too full. But is it a place that a man like me could just go and
oh
indulge?
Yeah, you get. I mean, go there. We get. I mean, like I said, we get 2 main meals. We get 3 serves of sides, and then we get extras. Or we get greens as well.
Oh, because you got to get greens for health.
A lot of the time we have to take stuff home. But
that's fair,
because I'm not someone who wants to be having to be rolled out of the joint. I want to be walking out. I want to be feeling good. I want to be feeling properly sustained. You
want to be feeling like if someone came up to you with a knife, you'd be able to do what you need to do to get out of it.
My whole life is based around me being ready for having to just, you know, parkour myself out of any situation, or, you know.
Yeah, you're fight or flight 24/7.
That's right. That's right.
Or as a man like me, I'm rolling out. They say, give me your money. I'm like, look, if your money's going to be spent in there, let me come back in there with you. You know what I mean? So, Vincent, that sounds delightful, and I'm hungry. Are you hungry after all?
We'll also have, 100%. We'll also have links down in the description. I might even put pictures on the screen, you know, who knows? I might do it.
Vincent might put pictures on the screen. For those who are listening to this specifically, you could go to the YouTube right now, see pictures on the screen, potentially. That's for you to find out. You could see our
faces as well. Which, how good would that be? Maybe not.
Look at him smile. Look at him smiling. Look at him smiling over there. That's good teeth as well. You floss?
Dude, of course I floss.
You got to, man.
The day after I go to the dentist and they tell me I ain't been flossing. All right, give me your dinner spot.
My number one dinner spot for this week is somewhere where if you go in there, it might take a while for you to get the food. It might take a while for you to finish the food. But let me tell you, every single moment of being in that space and eating that food is enjoyable. It is Addis Ababa on Port Road within the Hindmarsh area.
You've told me about that one. You've told me about this one.
This is an Ethiopian restaurant. And first of all, I enjoy a restaurant in which, or any experience, in which you experience a different culture and you move outside of your comfort zone. You know, if I go into a place and there's no seats, I have to be like, you know, sitting on the floor. You know, there's some Asian restaurants that will 100%. That's a tick for me. The box has been ticked. In this Ethiopian restaurant, they're not coming out there, and I mean they do cater for people who, you know, need to use a knife and fork, but they come out there. They have your platter, and underneath all your meat and vegetables is put on what is like a pancake called injera. And you use that pancake to pick up what you're eating and put that in your mouth. So it is a messy meal.
Yeah, see, that sounds great to me. But also that sounds like possibly the worst place to go to in our current situation right now.
And look, I have been, you know that time when the Delta came into the state?
Yeah.
I was at Addis Ababa with my fingers in my mouth. You know what I mean? I was like doing these ones.
And then you licked that pinky, that last finger, and then you looked up and you saw deltas. You like,
I was like, Miss Goodrum, no.
What have
and
I
then you know, but so what I do when you go there, this is the best way to experience it. You go there, you say, let us get the all-you-can-eat chef's choice, right? I want the meat and the vegetable platter. Now, if you're vegan or vegetarian, you can also get a vegan and vegetarian platter as well. Everything on that meat platter and the vegan and the vegetarian platter as well, everything's a hitter. Because essentially it comes on this big pancake, the injera, and there's all these little sections of different things that you can eat. You're getting different textures, you're getting different flavors, you're getting some things that are spicy. It is like every single spot on that injera is a new experience. So not only are you going in there and you're getting a whole new experience, every single bite that you take is a new experience.
that sounds wild.
And yes, look, you don't have to go in there and indulge yourself. There's ways to do like just a smaller platter. But if you're a man or a woman, or you're non-binary, right? And you go in there and you want to eat till you pop, that's where you got to go.
See, that's where I got to go there with you, because you can have most of it and I'll just like eat what I want.
And that's what usually happens. When I go with my partner, that's what happens. And that's the thing. The cool thing about it as well, from the perspective of just having fun with your friends, you get a platter to share. You're just in there, digging in there together, having fun. Now, look, from a hygiene perspective, maybe not the best. You wash your hands before you go in there. You wash your hands before you go in there, and you make sure that you have fun.
You make sure that you have fun.
Yeah. Because if you're not having fun when you go to these places, you're not getting what you need out of it. To get the best out of a restaurant, you got to go in with a positive attitude.
Yeah,
and an empty belly.
I don't think you need to necessarily have fun.
But you may as well while you're there.
Okay. I mean, you can have a good time. But
you that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, you're not trying to like throw figs around the room. It's not. You should go there. You enjoy your meal.
But Vincent, is there anything better than sitting with a full belly and laughing, looking at your mate? I mean, for you, maybe not. Maybe you just like looking at the wall and listening to your own podcast.
That's right.
You don't want to hear any background noise.
My parents put me in timeout. I was going, this is my peak. It's my peak right here.
Like you would purposefully do the wrong thing just so you could get put in there.
Yeah, so I could just sit down, face the wall.
But hey, Vincent, for those people who don't want to face the wall and want to get out there, check out the links in the description to find them, and also check out the links in the description to find us. And Vince is going to tell you where you can find us as well if you haven't got links.
And don't forget, if you go to any of these places, we've actually contacted all these places, and if you say that the back catalogue sent you, they'll actually take $10, and for every person in your party, they'll add an extra $10 to the bill. All right?
So I said, don't bring that crap in here. You're not taking down my establishment.
That's right. But anyway, yes, this is the podcast where and you can like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating, leave us a 1-star rating. Apple likes the 1 stars, I like the 5 stars. So
I like all the abuse. Vincent doesn't like the abuse as much. I'm into that, what's that? What's the word where you just want to experience, negative things?
Poor mental health?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Patreon. If you want to catch us on Patreon, catch us on Patreon. If you want to pay for more content that we do, you can go to Patreon. We've got, there's hours there. There's 100% hours.
And if you want to hear about that poor mental health, that's where you go.
That is correct. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, links are down in the description. All right, go check them out and let us know if you had to roll out of any of these establishments that we've said. You can fight someone, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Talk soon.
Vincent. Talk soon.